They don't tell you this in your annual checkup, but long before your heart skips a beat, before your memory starts to fade, it's your legs that weaken first. Not in some dramatic way, not all at once. It begins subtly, quietly. You take the stairs a little slower. You pause midway to catch your breath. You stumble on a curb you've stepped over 100 times before. You start choosing the elevator without realizing why. Most people think this is just getting older, but that's not the full truth. What's really happening is something called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss that often begins in your 30s, and your legs, they're the first to go. Why? Because the body is wired to protect the core. Your heart, lungs, brain, these get the lion's share of blood and nutrients. Your legs, they're further away, with fewer priority nerves and more susceptible to reduced circulation. That means over time, even if you feel healthy, your lower body is quietly deteriorating, step by step. Just think about it. When was the last time you sprinted up the stairs without thinking? When did you last kneel down and pop back up easily? If you've started gripping handrails more or hesitating before getting out of a chair, you're not alone. I once spoke with a 52-year-old man named Ray. Fit, worked a desk job, ate well, but he told me, "I used to jog every weekend. Now I struggle to stand from the couch without pushing off with my hands. No injury, no illness, just time, and a slow, silent loss of leg strength." But here's the good news. Your muscles can still respond, not just to movement, but to what you feed them. And that's the part most people ignore. You don't need a gym membership to protect your legs. You need the right internal fuel. Nutrients that boost circulation, compounds that reduce inflammation, ingredients that rebuild from the inside out. And believe it or not, it all starts with what you drink. 6 simple beverages, backed by science, trusted by experience, and easy to add to your day. Let's dive in. When most people notice their legs weakening, they turn to the same solution. I just need to move more. So they start walking, stretching, maybe even join a gym. But here's the truth. Exercise alone isn't enough. And for some, it actually backfires. Because if your muscles are already starved of the nutrients they need to function, if your circulation is poor, your joints inflamed, your recovery sluggish, then adding more strain without support can lead to more damage. That's why so many people give up. They try to do the right thing and still feel weak. Or worse, end up injured. Let me tell you about Maria, a 61-year-old nurse I spoke to last year. She started doing daily laps around her block after noticing her knees getting stiff. She was proud until her legs began to ache constantly. No matter how much she walked, she never felt stronger. In fact, she started dreading stairs. Why? Because her body wasn't rebuilding. She was moving, yes, but her muscles didn't have the building blocks they needed. No magnesium, no collagen, no anti-inflammatory support, just motion, with nothing to back it up. Here's the reality. Your legs don't just need movement. They need materials, and most of us are running on empty. Water helps, but it's only the beginning. It's what's in the water that matters. Minerals, electrolytes, natural compounds that target blood flow, pain, and tissue repair. When you get that right, suddenly walks feel lighter. Stairs don't scare you. Knees bend without complaint. That's the secret we've ignored for too long. And now, it's time to reveal the 6 drinks that can quietly, powerfully bring your legs back to life. Starting with the one that athletes, elders, and even surgeons are turning to more than ever before. Let's begin. You've heard it said, you are what you eat. But when it comes to your legs, the truth is even sharper. You are what your muscles can absorb, and this is where drinks become powerful. See, while solid foods are important, they often take hours to digest. Nutrients must be broken down, passed through the gut, and filtered by the liver. But liquids, they're absorbed faster, deeper, and more efficiently, especially when your body is dehydrated or inflamed. When you drink the right compounds, you're not just quenching thirst. You're feeding your cells, lubricating your joints, and improving blood flow to your lower body. That's the muscle drink connection. Let's break it down. Hydration keeps muscles elastic and joints mobile. Electrolytes like potassium and magnesium prevent cramps and spasms. Nitrates increase nitric oxide, opening blood vessels in the legs. Anti-inflammatories like curcumin reduce swelling and stiffness. Collagen helps rebuild ligaments, tendons, and the connective tissue that supports your knees. A simple drink, taken at the right time, can do what months of movement sometimes can't. Take Jamal, for example. 49, former soccer coach, always active. But in recent years, he noticed something strange. After workouts, his legs would stay sore for days. No amount of stretching helped. Then he started drinking a homemade turmeric ginger tonic after exercise. Within 2 weeks, his recovery cut in half. He didn't change his workout, just what he drank afterward. That's the difference internal fuel makes. So no, these aren't magic potions. They're strategic, time-tested, and supported by modern research. Best of all, you don't need fancy powders or expensive supplements. You need to know what to drink, when to drink it, and why it works. And now, let's uncover the first powerhouse drink on the list. The one that rebuilds your muscles from the inside out. If there's one drink that's quietly making waves in both medical journals and athletic circles, it's this deep, red powerhouse, beetroot juice. Not a trend, not a fad, just a root vegetable with an extraordinary secret: nitrates. When you drink beetroot juice, those nitrates convert into nitric oxide in your body, a natural compound that widens your blood vessels, increases oxygen flow, and supercharges your muscles. But why does that matter for your legs? Because nitric oxide specifically improves lower body circulation. That means more oxygen and nutrients actually reach the muscles that are often neglected by poor blood flow. Your quads, calves, glutes, and knees. In one 2021 study, older adults who drank beetroot juice before walking showed significantly improved endurance, and many reported less fatigue and knee pain. I remember a woman named Angela, 57 years old, a retired school teacher. She told me she dreaded walking her dog because of the heaviness in her legs. A neighbor recommended beet juice. Within 3 weeks of drinking half a glass in the morning, she said, "I walked twice as long and my knees didn't bark back at me. So how should you take it?" Timing: about 1–2 hours before movement. Dose: 1/2 to 1 cup of pure beet juice, or mix with apple or carrot juice for taste. Bonus tip: add a pinch of sea salt to support blood pressure and hydration. Now be warned, your urine might turn pink. That's normal. But what's not normal is ignoring a drink that's been proven to support muscle performance in aging legs. If your legs feel heavy, stiff, or tired, this is your starting point. And next up, we're going to explore a drink that doesn't just power your muscles. It protects them by healing the joints they rely on every day. Strong muscles are nothing without healthy joints. And when it comes to leg strength, your knees, hips, and ankles are the unsung heroes. Until they start grinding, clicking, or swelling. That's where bone broth comes in. This ancient, slow-simmered drink is rich in collagen, gelatin, and amino acids, the raw materials your joints need to stay cushioned, smooth, and pain-free. Think of collagen like the oil in your engine. Without it, your joints run dry, literally. The cartilage wears down, inflammation builds up, and suddenly, walking across the room feels like a chore. But drinking bone broth regularly has been shown to improve joint comfort, range of motion, and mobility, especially in adults over 50. Take Harold, 66. He started drinking a warm mug of bone broth every evening after his daughter suggested it. At first, he called it meat tea. But after just 1 month, he noticed his morning stiffness had nearly disappeared. He even started gardening again, kneeling without groaning. Here's how to use it. When? Best in the evening, relaxing and joint soothing. How much? 1 cup per day. Pro tip: add turmeric, black pepper, or a splash of apple cider vinegar to boost anti-inflammatory power. If you're plant-based, don't worry. Collagen powders made from marine or plant-derived sources can be added to warm almond milk or tea for similar results. Because no matter how strong your legs are, if your joints fail, everything else crumbles. Next, we'll look at a drink that fights the real villain behind most leg pain: inflammation. If your legs feel stiff in the morning, if your knees throb after a short walk, there's a high chance the culprit isn't wear and tear, it's inflammation. And that's where turmeric ginger tonic comes in, often known as golden milk, when blended with warm milk. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that's been studied for its ability to reduce joint pain, swelling, and stiffness, especially in aging adults. Ginger adds gingerol, which further calms the inflammatory response and improves circulation. Together, they form a potent 1-2 punch that soothes aching legs without the side effects of pills. Let me tell you about Diane, 62, former yoga instructor. She gave up teaching after her hips and knees refused to cooperate. She didn't want to rely on medication, so she turned to natural remedies. She started drinking golden milk every night before bed. Her words: "Within a week, I woke up without that awful creaking in my joints. I actually stretched on purpose." Here's how you can make your own. Recipe: 1 cup warm almond or oat milk, 1/2 teaspoon turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon ginger, pinch of black pepper, boosts curcumin absorption. Optional: honey or cinnamon for flavor. When to drink? Evenings, to relax muscles and calm inflammation overnight. This drink doesn't just relieve pain, it prevents it by calming the fire inside your joints. But inflammation isn't the only thing stealing strength. Next up is the drink that helps restore balance, literally, by replenishing what your muscles lose every single day. Cramps in your calves, shaky knees, that strange feeling like your legs are heavy or your balance is just off. You might think you're just tired or aging, but often the real problem is simple. Your electrolytes are out of balance. Every time you sweat, even just a little, your body loses potassium, magnesium, and sodium. And your legs are the first to pay the price. Muscles twitch, joints stiffen, and before you know it, walking feels harder than it should. That's where a natural electrolyte drink comes in. You don't need fancy powders or sports drinks packed with sugar. A simple combo of coconut water and sea salt can do the trick. Why coconut water? It's packed with potassium and magnesium, which are key for preventing cramps and keeping muscles responsive. Add a pinch of unrefined sea salt, and you replace lost sodium too, without overloading your system. I think of Robert, 58, a landscaper who started waking up with painful nighttime leg cramps. He thought it was circulation, Turned out, he was sweating out minerals all day and never replacing them. He started drinking coconut water with salt after work. The cramps stopped within days. Here's the easy mix. 1 cup coconut water, pinch of sea salt, optional, squeeze of lemon, or dash of honey. Drink it midday or after any physical activity. This simple mix keeps your legs alert, hydrated, and balanced. Now let's move on to a drink that doesn't just balance the body, it boosts circulation to the legs, flooding your muscles with fresh blood and oxygen. If you've ever felt like your legs were dragging, if they go cold easily, or feel numb after sitting, you might not have a muscle problem, you might have a circulation problem. Good blood flow is the lifeline of strong, responsive legs. It delivers oxygen, nutrients, and energy right where your muscles need it. And when circulation slows down, your legs are the first to suffer. That's why pomegranate juice or hibiscus tea can be a game changer. Both are rich in polyphenols, plant compounds that help relax blood vessels, lower inflammation, and improve artery flexibility. In simple terms, they help your blood flow more easily to your legs. Pomegranate, in particular, has been shown to improve endurance, strength recovery, and blood oxygenation in older adults. Hibiscus tea, on the other hand, gently lowers blood pressure, making it perfect for those watching their heart health. Let's talk about June, 70 years old, who used to get tingling in her feet during long car rides. Her doctor ruled out major issues, but said her circulation was just a bit sluggish. She started drinking a small glass of pomegranate juice with breakfast. 3 weeks later, the tingling stopped, and her morning walks got easier. Here's how to try it. 4-6 ounces of 100% pomegranate juice in the morning, or a warm cup of hibiscus tea in the afternoon or evening. Just 1 glass a day can mean a world of difference in how your legs feel, move, and recover. But we're not done yet. The final drink on this list isn't just about strength or recovery, it's about daily protection, keeping your legs ready for whatever life throws your way. Not every drink needs to be bold, spicy, or intense to be effective. Sometimes, the most powerful support for your legs comes from a simple, daily ritual that builds resilience over time. That's where a green smoothie comes in. Now, this isn't your average sugar-loaded fruit bomb. We're talking about a carefully crafted blend that supports muscle repair, bone health, circulation, and inflammation control, all in 1 glass. The key? Ingredients that are rich in magnesium, potassium, fiber, and antioxidants. Here's a basic but powerful blend. 1 cup spinach, loaded with magnesium and nitrates for muscle recovery. 1 banana, a potassium bomb for cramp prevention. 1/2 cup almond milk for calcium and smooth texture. Optional, chia seeds, turmeric, or a scoop of plant-based protein. Blend it all together for a drink that's light, satisfying, and incredibly nourishing. It's the kind of thing you can drink every single morning, and you'll start to notice your legs don't fatigue as quickly, your joints feel more supported, your balance and energy start to come back. Take Jerome, 63. He called his smoothie leg fuel. Every morning, rain or shine, he blended one up. 3 months later, he was back to hiking with his grandson, without fear of falling behind. That's the power of consistency. And this drink makes it effortless. Because protecting your legs isn't about doing something big once. It's about doing something small every day. Now let's pull it all together, so you know exactly what to drink, when to drink it, and how to make this a lasting habit for strong, steady legs. By now, you've seen the full picture. Weak legs aren't just a symptom of aging. They're a warning sign that your muscles, joints, and circulation are quietly breaking down. But you're not helpless, and you don't need a gym, a trainer, or expensive supplements to fight back. You just need to fuel your body differently. Let's recap what we've learned. Drink hash 1, beetroot juice. Boosts blood flow and endurance. Drink hash 2, bone broth. Rebuilds joints and connective tissue. Drink hash 3, turmeric ginger tonic. Reduces inflammation and stiffness. Drink hash 4, coconut water with sea salt. Restores electrolytes and balance. Drink hash 5, pomegranate juice or hibiscus tea. Improves circulation. Drink hash 6, green smoothie. Strengthens daily function and recovery. You don't need all 6 every day. Start with 1 or 2, whatever fits into your routine. Maybe beet juice in the morning, golden milk at night, or a green smoothie after your walk, and pomegranate juice with breakfast. The point is, start, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. You don't want to wake up one day needing a cane, or dreading the stairs, or watching your independence slip away. One step at a time. Remember, your legs are your freedom, your future, your foundation. And they don't just deserve movement, they deserve support. If this video helped you understand your body better, give it a like. If you know someone whose legs are slowing down, share it with them. And if you want more real practical health tips like this, hit that subscribe button. Because your legs carry you through life. Let's give them the strength to carry you farther.